Thank you, Ambassador, and thank you, ambassadors, for explaining how your countries, beside the pre-accession instruments and European banks, also try to support our country and our region for the Western Balkan Green Agenda, especially with the GIZ and IFD, and thank you for your support. I have also obligation to talk shortly about the conference itself. For the first, I like to repeat that we are really pleased that all of us are here together, that this important topic gather us to discuss about it through our three blocks. One country, unfortunately, is not with us today, in spite of the fact that it was planned and the country is on the list. Originally, it is Ukraine. Our dear colleagues from Ukraine, Professor Igor Zhaloba, was very ready to join us, but unfortunately he is not in a position because of aggression of Russia and war in Ukraine these years, unfortunately, and we only can send the message that do hope war will stop, and this new idea about sustainable future for Ukraine through the new Marshall Plan for building back green in Ukraine will really be not only a political message, but really future soon for this country. Thank you. So, generally speaking about this conference, Montenegrin Pan-European Union is focused, and our mission is to promote European integration and sustainable development together with our friends from Pan-Europa network all around Europe, not only in EU but also in our region all around, and it is one of the oldest European organizations promoting Europe as a whole. So our conference is supported for the first with the Central European Initiative. It is one of the oldest European governmental platform for cooperation, merging two important issues such as sustainable development and European integration, and sharing experience between members of EU and non-EU members. And they awarded us with a small project for organization of this conference. And beside that, beside the Central European initiative, we have with us also GIZ, a strong supporter of our conference, and the Embassy of France. So, conference promotes European integration, cooperation, and sustainable development in our CEU region among EU and non-EU member states, and in particular, it is heading encouraging green growth with the focus on increasing climate resilience. As climate change is increasing, the frequency and intensity of extreme climate and weather events that are affecting our countries around the globe, building climate resilience by integrating climate change into strategies and action, it is of utmost importance for all of us. So it is one of the reasons why we organize this conference. I will share with you just one indicator from the report of the State of the Climate, Global Climate Report prepared by National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration from Washington, that last year, year 2022, was sixth warmest year since global record began in 1880, and it is almost 0.86 degrees of Celsius above the 20th century average. So those prognoses regarding Paris Agreement commitment, definitely they are not enough, and they should do much more. All of us, we need to contribute much more, and it will be the most important part of the COP on autumn. So higher temperature, we witnessed it all around, also in our region, how our countries are affected with different types of disasters, including severe storms, floods, heat waves, increased droughts, warming and raising of oceans, loss of species, and enough food, more health risk, poverty, and displacement. Now we have new category. We have climate migrants. They are new phenomena on our planet. Global warming is likely to reach 1.5% of degree above the pre-industrial level before 2100, and the latest prognosis are it will be even before 2032 and 2050. So it is really alarm for all of us. Returning to Paris Agreement, our common commitment, it is the obligation of UN members, but specifically European countries as front-runners in fight against climate, to make a strong contribution to the reduction of greenhouse gas emission and to contribute significantly to the reduction of the negative effects of climate changes. So fulfillment of the SDGs at the same time, it is not just enough to make a commitment, we must also measure that contribution. Europe must strengthen its climate resilience. It is maybe the main message and motto of this conference, motivation for organization, and at the same time, the very last message of our debate today. So we will have 3 blocks, and we are really proud that we have here representatives of 10 countries from our Central European Initiative region. So for the first, in this first block, we will have a presentation from Montenegro, from Moldova, and from our partners from GIZ project as a regional one. And in second so-called EU member states block, we will have 4 interventions from Italy, Croatia, Slovakia, and Slovenia. After break, what we deserve, definitely after all these blocks, we will have a last block focused on our region, interventions from Albania, Montenegro, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Serbia, and I omit one, Montenegro, Albania, Bosnia, North Macedonia, sorry, I know that it is 5 this time on this conference. So do hope that we will have common conclusions after all, and that it will be that it is not only politics, it is really society and environment as a trio of this sustainable development philosophy, and that we will continue from global to local, together and for our common future. Thank you.